So for the next session, I hope you have already spotted Niels. He's looking quite unique. So maybe some of you are wondering, what is the sugar bar? How can you have a sugar bar on Zoom? And this is something that we have tried in the past and it worked out quite well. But I will let Niels explain what is exactly the sugar bar and what is going to happen next. And I have already spotted that the A in sugar is upside down. I think that's new.
Yes, I'm going wild today. So welcome at the sugar bar. Yeah, thank you very much, Daniele. Thank you very much, Maya. How are you feeling today? Yeah, come on. Yeah, give me a chat storm. I want to see the chat filled with comments. Yeah, here we go. Awesome. Right, thank you. So what's the sugar bar concept? So we started the whole thing back in June this year at the expo, the final presentation of the previous cycle of sugar. Because, you know, we said usually at our conferences at the expo, so there is the presentations, but also the fun happens when you mingle at the bar. You have a coffee together, you have a drink in the evening and so on. You start talking to each other. And obviously there was nothing like a bar when we met online. So we said, why don't we accomplish our serious presentations with a little bit of fun? So a place where you can just go there and hang out and have a chat. And so we called this the sugar bar. And this is why I'm here. And actually it was kind of successful during the expo. We had a bit of fun at the stay. And we continued it afterwards. We had in September, I guess, we had a sugar bar for our alumni, and at the sugar bar for the alumni, we interviewed the author of a couple of design thinking books. And we will also continue this exercise for the alumni as well as for you as the participants. So every quarter, roughly every quarter, we will open the sugar bar at a point in time where it's kind of convenient for everybody, like lunch break or right after work in the evening. So we pick these kind of time slots where we invite a special guest, we hang out together, we get a bit inspired. Anyway, before I continue with the guests that I would like to welcome at the bar today, I think looking back at the past couple of days, we all recognize that there were two people in particular who made a lot of put a lot of effort in us getting together and getting everything organized. So let's give a big thank you to Maya and to Matthias, because they were really keeping care of us. So again, fill the chat with a big storm of applause. And yes, I see the comments, right? Cool. So thanks a lot, Maya. Thanks a lot, Matthias. There were many others involved, but I think you were the ones who were basically present from early in the morning before 8 until late in the evening. So a big thank you to you. Right. So as a first guest, I would like to welcome from Australia, from Melbourne, Mel. Mel, are you here?
I am here. Hello.
Hey, great. So are there any other Aussies in the room?
Absolutely.
Oh, some Aussies. So yeah. Awesome. So Mel, how is the GKO for you? So what did you experience the last couple of days?
It has been pretty cool and very well put together on this online platform. And I was chatting to my team when we did the warm up. We were saying how surreal it was to actually see everybody's faces, where when it's in person, you can walk around and you kind of meet everybody, but here you've got them, you've got their faces, and you don't see the back of their heads like you usually do. It's a really cool, surreal way of meeting a whole bunch of people, just being able to flick through and see people's faces, but also how cool it is to see where everyone lives and how they set up their backgrounds, and just I guess it's a little more personal, a little more intimate, but you know, in the best way possible, which has made this, I think, really, really, really awesome.
Awesome, great, thank you. Any comments from the audience? You can feel free to unmute yourself. Otherwise, I just randomly pick people here. Marco, you're smiling at me.
I can't help but smile when you look like that, Niels.
You know, yeah. you know, every big event or sugar event, I make a bit of fun of myself. Yeah. Right. Anybody else? How is the week for you? David from HBI, also smiling at me.
as always.
As always.
Greetings to Karlsruhe. No, actually, it was an exhausting week. I met so many people. I talked to so many teams. I was introduced to so many of the challenges we have this year that I was like, right now at the end of our last breakout room, I was a little bit overwhelmed. I was like, yeah, well, and now we have another challenge that seems unsolvable, and I will see the solution in a couple of months. And honestly, as like here working at HPI, I'm happy that I only have to take care of the ones we have here. And I will see how how the whole network does its work, and we will see the results pretty soon. I'm sure they will be great as usual, but yeah, as usual as well. In the beginning, it is quite overwhelming, but overall, I had a great time doing this week. And now I'm obviously having a great time seeing you as our sugar bartender. This is always like the best moment for these like online events.
Okay, cool. All right. Actually, in the chat, Sushi just said that we should make out of the upside down A, the sugar, a vodka brand. So that's actually opening up business opportunities for us. So maybe we do some cross-financing next year by selling vodka. Anyway, any opinions from the student side? Any impressions? So how exhausting and how inspiring was it for you? Come on, guys. Otherwise, I need to flip through the pages and pick people. No excuses. So who is there? Samuel from HPI. I picked you.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, it was really inspiring, and but yeah, a lot of input, I would say. Of course, we at the HPI we also had like lectures at the same time. So yeah, keeping up with some theories and methods we also learned at the same time with the GKO. And so, yeah, it was a lot of input, but also a lot of fun and inspiring. And yeah, it was good to meet the people in a digital way too. I would love to see you all guys in personal, maybe next year if it will happen. But yeah, for now it's fine, and it was fun.
Awesome, thank you. I would say last person, because we have a little bit of a program, so I have some people here who have an official role at the bar. Last comment, there is Marina from the InnoSpace Hans Grohe team. Now, is she surprised? So share your impressions with us.
Yeah, like Samuel already mentioned, I think most of us had lectures as well as the Sugar Network program. So it was indeed a little bit of exhausting, and we had to schedule a lot with the times, but I think it was fun and really interesting to meeting the people and hearing about the different challenges, and it was really fun.
All right. Thank you. And throughout the week, you had several exercises to complete. One of them actually was this, you prepared this in advance, but you presented it during the GKO, was the Global Restaurant Challenge. And Matthias, do you want to come on stage and tell us about the outcome?
Sure. Thank you, Niels. So let me quickly share my screen to present what we have for the Global Restaurant. So we saw all your documentations, and you got really great prototypes, and like we selected some photos to present here. So we saw also a lot of different videos. So I highly recommend you guys to see all the videos. They are really fun. And after the punctuations, so we can see here some examples from the videos. And also, like, I love this one, this heads up. Congratulations, guys. And well, after the punctuations, here are the final results for the global restaurant. Congratulations to all the groups, but these 4 groups on different fields, they were kind of the winners. In the innovation, we have Coco Food from Germany, so they presented a Swedish cuisine. In the field of design, we have Cook and Chilled from USP, and they present a Chinese cuisine. And finally, from prototype, we have Chu in the first stage. So the HPI group, Daisuke, and You Are Pizza from Kai IT Japan. So I highly recommend everybody to see all the videos, and congratulations, guys. It was really funny to see all the presentations from you.
Awesome. Great. And thank you very much. And also congratulations to all the teams. And I hope you had a bit of fun. I know that for some of you, it was a rush. For some of you, you were appointed just shortly before the GKO. However, I think you have shown your creativity, and we're very much looking forward to seeing how you transfer this creativity from a dining experience to your real challenge that you shared with us over the past 3-4 days. With this, I would like to move on to the second thing that you were engaged in, and this was the scavenger hunt. And Sushi, where are you? I don't see you at the moment. You're on a different page. Yeah, do you want to? Oh, here you are. Great. So do you want to share with us the results of the scavenger hunt?
Yes, and let me see if I can. Okay, can everyone see this?
Yes.
The slides are there, and now I can't see anything else. Okay, here's that. And where is the chat? All right, I can't see the chat, so if anyone's gonna chat something to me, just scream something at me instead. Anyways, let's get started. So I think I got a little overboard on trying to do this announcement. Like I actually went through individual ones to figure out who did what and whatnot. And yeah, let's dive into it. I'm going to hopefully get my inner entertainer and make this fun. So first of all, y'all are awesome. So like Friday, we had like maybe 2 submissions and we're like, oh my God, everyone's too busy. No one's doing this. Like we made it too hard. We were really, really worried. But then Monday morning when we popped open it, sure enough, we had 32 teams with 395 items and 1.63 gigabytes of data. It was a lot, and it was a lot of fun. And this is also why file name convention was so important, so that we can actually get through all this within like a 24-hour period. This is why when teams did something like this, you can find other tasks on our Miro board. Please look there. I'm like, oh, I just wanted to strangle. Which one was this? KIT Germany IBM, I believe. So I'm gonna go through each of them and just see what people have done and kind of brush through them relatively quickly. We had 72 submissions for the headshots, which was cool, but that's not quite everyone. So we can't quite make the poster yet. So expect a lot of messages from Maya in the coming weeks to get your headshots in there so you can make it into the poster. Team photos, we saw a lot of variations, some in real person, some over Zoom, not surprisingly, but we had a couple of fun ones as well, like these guys who wore hats and decided to do a little bit of a caricature. And then the missing guy on the laptop was kind of entertaining. But by far, the team that have taken this way, way out of proportion and did something really funny was Team Sangoban, who ended up putting up the entire teaching team, or not teaching team, the entire global team in one, and also managed to somehow photobomb / recruit Bradley Cooper into their team. Next up was the Sugar Cry, and I'm hoping the audio works because I just super cut it. Oh, is the audio coming through? Ah, son of a, okay.
No.
Does anyone know how to do this?
when you go and share screen.
Sound. Let's try again.
Sugar.
Yes, varying level of enthusiasm and varying level of audio quality, as you can tell. Next up, why doesn't that come true? Okay, was the sugar art. And yeah, some teams did it more pretty than others. Almost pretty much everyone did the logo. One team actually had their speed, and I don't really believe it because this is like a pretty good marathon speed, I just noticed. My favorite was this one, Takeda HPI team. You did this in a forest, I guess, but I really like the touch of the heart at the end. And then there was this. Post-finance Linköping. What the heck is this? They were actually smart because this was one of those where like as soon as you do it, you got, I don't know, 8 or 10 points or something. The quality didn't matter, but come on, guys.
Sushi, we tell people to break assumptions. So this is what the team did, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Spirit of the rule, guys. Cooking, to be honest, doing this before dinner yesterday was really brutal because there were a lot of really good looking food and some not so much. But some teams also took this to another level. Italians really care about pizza to the point where they actually made an instruction recipe book. And I believe, I can't see the chat, but I believe someone should be sending the link of this on the chat screen right now. Hopefully, yes. And another team ended up making a cooking show. I'm fast forwarding it for the sake of time, but I actually don't know what was being cooked, but it looks really, really good. I think it's Indian food of some kind. Next up,
it's a Bangladeshi dish.
It's a what dish?
Bangladeshi. It's from Bangladesh.
Bangladeshi. Okay, yeah. Neighborhood, but not quite the same.
Yeah.
Next up, beautiful scenery. Looking at the pictures, I'm like, I miss the time I can travel, which I'm guessing a lot of you guys are probably feeling it. And this is the first one where we have the top 3. So in third place for this challenge, we had Team CRIF, C-R-I-F, from Unibo, showing the beautiful sights of Bologna. By the way, all the extra points in these were done with me and Caroline. So don't worry that like one of us were biased for anyone or anything like that. I say that because in second place was from Kyoto, Team Takeda. And now that I look at this, there's no way this could have been photographed in October, considering it's cherry blossoms in spring. So, I don't know if I said you're supposed to take the picture now. But the first place, and this was really, really nice, was Hangzhou from Design Factory in Melbourne. I was just looking at this picture and it's like, man, that's really well taken. Next up, sugar art. This was, I think, just kind of do it. But yeah, there were a lot of people who use little pieces to kind of make the sugar art, using like flowers. I thought this was quite funny using the cables because we have so many of these now. This was really nice from UCB Disco Paris of showing how sugar is done as a hand signal. Some teams just got lazy and posted it, but by far, I think the team that took it way, way too far was Hangzhou Mannheim. How long did this take? Anyone from the team? I'll put it in the chat because I'm kind of curious how you guys did this. The penultimate for the local challenge was the sugar acronym. Some teams just like bombarded us with it, and somehow I made it into one of these. Oh, I ended up putting it twice, but sushi was the S. But the top 3 are Sugar, Super United Group Activities Rock. Yeah, okay, pretty good. Second place from Innosis Mannheim, Sugar, Social Unity of Geniuses Around the World. Very nice, very, a little thinking highly of us a little bit. But the one that we liked the most was probably the most honest and kind of obvious from Post-Finance Linköping. Some universities gather and rock. That's pretty much us in a very matter-of-fact way. And I can see who is that. I can see, was it Tanvir just like doing his arm as that was coming up. Last local challenge was the loft photos. And not surprisingly, some people were on Zoom. Some looked nice. Some, actually, I think Kyoto looked the worst, the messiest or the dirtiest. But the top three and the third place is just kind of one of those like, oh, we live in Corona times. Team UCB Unimore sent us a screenshot of their, why am I forgetting the name? Slack as their loft space. Okay. Second place was Disco Paris. Which team was it? Yeah, just Disco Paris I wrote. Some reason they put themselves doing gymnastics in a really weird Photoshop surrealist way. And first place really just was a loft space that looked very, very nice, was Hangzhou InnoSpace. So now we're getting to the global challenges, starting with team drawing, which we kind of realized, okay, we don't particularly have any Picassos in here, or Miro is not the particularly best place to be doing these kinds of things. One team gave us a little bit of hope. This was Takeda with HPI and KIT, which is kind of nice. And then the singing happened. And wow, as you could probably imagine how singing over Zoom will sound, it was quite bad to start off with. This team just turned Mission Impossible into sugar. And this team just completely gave up on singing itself. And one other team actually pulled it up. I couldn't quite put it here because it's such a slow song, but Takeda sent us an MP3 of them doing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in a lot of different languages, which was really cool. So I think that link should be going up too if you want to check it out later. Snack photo, again, made us hungry. There was nothing too outlandish to pull out from here. Number 13 was the doppelganger, and man, you guys were really good at this to the point like where we just couldn't figure out who the winner was. So honestly, we got a little bit lazy and we just gave every team who did the activity 3 extra points, or everyone ended up being second place. But we did find some oddities, like some that were really, really good, to others that kind of made us say, huh? And maybe a little bit of wishful thinking here and there. This was the least popular of activities. Only 3 global teams actually sent us a video of themselves playing game. And Team Takeda was our favorite. They were playing, they called it Pictionary, but it's actually charades.
Banana, monkey.
Where they're trying to guess what each of the people are.
Nick.
Anyways, moving on. Team Sketch. Actually, once we got out of Miro, we actually saw some pretty good skills in being able to draw. So it would be nice to see these like up on your wall in the loft space and things like that as well. Number 16, team name and logo. Honestly, we thought more people would do this because I thought it would be kind of one of those things you want to do anyway. And Team Holmes, seriously, emoji as your logo. We did pick our top 3. Third place is Fast International Transfer Solutions. I'm guessing this is, yeah, it's PostFinance. Second is Hangzhou with their Aqua. And I think we picked UCB as first because it just was kind of a really weird or kind of a nice mashup of be careful, fools. Another one that happened to be very, very challenging. I don't know if I can say that word, but it was the Boss Bitch Fight Challenge, or we call it BBF Challenge. 3 global teams did this. Just gonna announce it. Third was Hangzhou, second was UCB, and Team Takeda took first place on this. And they did an incredible job of using a brush and like tossing it, like it was not so violent. And of course, I had to cut out the music and fast forward it for this session, but the link should be going up if you want to check it out. Yeah, Ça Plante pour moi, the song sounds terrible on fast forward. Team 2x2, lots of teams did it. Nothing was kind of standing out, though I do kind of wonder how one team really measured someone's Italianness. That was apparently a category that should go up into an axis. Whew, okay, that was a lot of talking. So let's see the results. Announcing the winners of the 2020 Sugar Cloud GKO Scavenger Hunt. We're gonna start from the bottom. So here are the teams that pretty much did nothing and teams that just kind of drew in their headshots. And then following that, no, this is where we got to about 59 points. And we actually put a pause here because I think we announced that teams that scored above 80 points will get something really nice from Maya. We decided to set that to 75 because there was a little bit of a gap here. But at some point, you will be receiving these, what do you call it, wireless chargers for your phone with the sugar logo involved. So all the teams above these lines will be receiving one. I don't know if it's one per team or one per person, but you can find that with Maya. So the teams that made it above that line, PostFinance, Linköping, IBM Alto, Cliff Bologna, and Hangzhou Swinburne. Now the meat of it, the top 5 teams. I want to say, everyone, please do a drum roll, but I can't quite hear you with that. So in 5th place, we have Team UCB from Disco Paris with 101 points. And not surprisingly, close by, in 4th place, we have Team UCB from Unimore with 115 points. And not surprising because they shared a lot of the points doing the global. On 3rd place, we have Hansgrohe Mannheim with 117 points. They did everything except the game. And if they actually did the game and uploaded it, they would have won because it was so tight at the top. So in 2nd place, we have Takeda HPI with 118 points, just 1 point above, which means the 1st place, and I think the team probably knows it already, is Takeda from Kyoto Institute of Technology with a mere 3-point lead. Now, someone is probably pointing out that you can actually have different scores because the number of headshots depends on the number of teams. And it turns out Kyoto has 2 more students than HPI for the Takeda project, but the difference was 3 points. So that actually wouldn't have made the difference. To finish off, just for fun, I decided to tally up the university scores. Not surprising, Mannheim, they only had 1 team, but on average they would have won. HPI has 7 teams, so they won on total. But the only reason I wanted to show this is now that this is out here, we can declare that we are the real KIT being on top, at least until next year. That's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the challenge. Thank you so much for taking it on and enjoying us. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your sugar adventure. And you can also see the full score sheet too. I think that should be going up on the chat as well. I won't say any questions, but I think we just move on, right? So Niels, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was fun and inspiring and very creative. Thank you very much to everybody who participated. Congratulations to the teams. In terms of time, we are almost done with the morning session. We have Daniele, who wants to present the official closing. Maya, is there anything to add before? No.
Yes. So as Sushi said, the network, not myself, the network will actually present a prize to the winners, and that will be happening at the next physical meet. So we're hoping due to economic reasons. So stay tuned for a few more weeks, months, just as an update for everyone who won a prize.
Thank you very much. Awesome. So Daniele, do you want to officially close the time zone 1 GKO?
Yes, but before we get there, I want to just quickly show some last few words in terms of the practicalities where we go next. So if you want to see some photos and some impressions of what happened during the last few words at the GKO, you can find it on the Sugar Flick. I think the chat facilitator will put the link here on the chat. And if you want to stay in touch, you can just scan the QR code here and then it will direct you to the Sugar Slack. If you are not there yet, I highly recommend you to register and maybe create a Slack team channel and then include all your team members there, just so you can keep in touch. And also maybe, who knows, maybe you can just text someone from another team and then see what happens. As we said before, A simple hello can lead to many things. And this is just a suggestion from us. That's something that you could do is once you have joined the Slack, you might want to take a print screen of your mural board and then include it in your photo of this Slack, just to make it easier for other people to remember who you are, because many of us had access to the mural board. It's just a recommendation. You might as well just use your headshot. And we also would like to suggest that you display on your LinkedIn your sugar involvement. Here we have some examples on how to do that, depending on your participation in the Sugar Network. It might be as a student, teaching team member, or whatever position you are in. Just display it on LinkedIn. Here you can find an example. And here is more examples of how you can display it. So active participant, you can also show as program participant, local coordinator, student. It really depends on who exactly you are. It's in the Sugar Network. And then we ask you to please answer the survey. So the survey is about the event, so the GKO, and this will really help us to improve next time for the next GKO, for next expo, for the next events that we'll have together. This is definitely not the last one. And then I hope to see you again very soon. Stay tuned and talk to your teaching team members to see when will be the next event that will be together. And also we welcome you to share your experience under the hashtag Sugar Networks, and then follow us in our social media, so Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So that was it for the slides. So do we have any questions related to anything that I just showed now? All right. So it's coming to an end. Yeah.
So, sorry, may I add a question?
Yes.
Do we need to sign up some sort of a contract or something that to get a permission to share something related to sugar or like that?
To share on LinkedIn?
Yeah, share on media.
You can include your position on LinkedIn, and you don't need special permission for that. You just need to write in the correct way your position in the Sugar Network, but you don't need a special permission for that. Right, Maya?
Yes, perfect. And if you're unsure, just shoot me a message and we can figure it out as well. Just please make sure to not mention somehow an acronym explanation of sugar. Then we should all be fine. And yeah, so if you're unsure, just message me. And I think maybe one last sugar scream.
Absolutely. And before we close with a big sugar scream in the chat box, I can only encourage you, the sugar cycle every year, a big experience and big part of the value for everybody is that it's a community, and that we, apart from having a lot of work to do, but we also have a lot of fun together. So this year, please make use of the Slack channel to stay connected, and maybe watch out if there's any local, regional, maybe global sugar activities throughout the entire year to get people together, so we have a little bit of a community feeling this year as well. This would be my wish for this year. And with this, let's close with a big sugar scream in the chat box. Get ready. Yes. Oh, yes.
Hi, Gerhard.
This is Gerhard. Before you do this, I just want to end with a big thank you for the organizing team on this, for Maya and Daniele and all the teams behind this. I mean, it's a hell of a work to do this in a physical meeting, but it's similar hell of a work to do this across several time zones and virtually. So a big thank you to all the work you put in there to make this happen even during Corona times. So thanks very much. And now, Niels, over to you with the sugar cry.
So I hope you're all ready to go. And
Yes. What do you think of actually unmuting the microphones and just really doing it a battle cry?
Oh, way. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try.
Should we try?
Oh gosh. my
Let's
ears.
unmute ourselves and then do it together. Do you want to do the
Yes.
countdown, Niels?
Absolutely. I do the countdown. So everybody gets ready.
You are.
1, 2, 3. Sugar! Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, and the chat is working anyway. Cool. Thank you.
That's so crazy, cute.
Thank you.
So thanks so much, and see you throughout the year. And thanks a lot for participating in Time Zone 1. Thank you.
Enjoy the journey, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.